Hello, friends, and welcome to the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy, Mark, and me. Talking about movies and trailers. And we have a trailer we're going to look at today.
We do.
Yes, and this is from a film that came out almost 4 years ago to the day. So it came out in February
an oldie.
2019.
It's very old. It's 4 years old.
It's ancient. It's a talkie, though. It's a talkie.
Oh, good.
Is it in color?
It's in color, and it's called Kumbalangi Nights. And it's a Malayalam drama romance, I think. And it's the story about four brothers who share a love-hate relationship, which is kind of like what most siblings have in their lives. And how they it's sort of a down-to-earth sort of drama relationship story. So This was recommended to us by one of our viewers. So we love getting those requests.
Members. Our member Ken, Monster member Ken, and he suggested this and said it's one of his favorite films.
Wow. And we like Malayalam films because they sort of have a more down to earth sort of vibe to them. So that's kind of nice. So that's the one we're going to take a look at.
Give Melanie over at Pardisi Perdesi. I say that right. I'm going to give her a shout out because she actually recommended this very highly. So she's very, very smart about Indian movies. If anyone,
so it's sort of a coming of age kind of a thing with four brothers,
like family comedy ish kind of movie. Let's see.
Because I think about Fellini. I Vitelloni. Remember that one? We did a review of that. If people want to go way back in the Wayback Machine, and it's kind of a coming of age thing. I love that idea in a non-American context because we see so many coming of age things that we recognize, like, oh, okay, that's LA, kids growing up in LA or kids growing up in New York or whatever. But it's always a good way. It's always a good way to see the culture and the place where is a movie about, is not necessarily like an action adventure crime drama or whatever, but it's like just people drama.
And you get to see culture, you get to see relationships. I enjoyed that too, like you said, especially seeing other cultures and how even just seeing what the architecture's like, and just I don't know, the food.
What did kids do? What did kids do when they're
Let's
kids?
find out. What did
I know what I did when I was a kid, but I don't know what other kids did.
What did they do?
And one of the stars is Fahadh Faasil, who we've seen in many other films like Pushpa and Vikram. So it's great to see him. So let's take a look at the trailer for Kumbalangi Nights.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
And action.
Frankie. എടാ നമ്മുടെ സിമിച്ചേച്ചില്ലേ സിമിച്ചേച്ചിയുടെ കല്യാണം കഴിഞ്ഞു ആടാ പുതിയ പേരൊക്കെ അടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ ഒരു ചേട്ടൻ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്താ അയാളുടെ പേര് ഷമ്മിയാ ഞാൻ അയാളുടെ പറമ്പിലേക്ക് ബോടിച്ചാളെ ഓണാണ് വിളിച്ച് കളി തീർത്തിക്കും പാട്ടാ അവിടെ വേറെ പറമ്പില്ലാത്തോണ്ടല്ലേ ആ ടക്കുള്ള ഡയലോഗ് ഓടിയൊക്കെ കുറവുണ്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞു ആളെങ്കിൽ സീരിയസ് ആണ് എന്ത് അതൊന്നും കാര്യാക്കണ്ട നമുക്ക് കയറി കളിക്കാം അതല്ലടാ ആളത്ര വെടിപ്പല്ല ഇച്ചിരി വശമാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ അങ്ങനെ എന്താടി കുഴപ്പം പഞ്ചാബാവൂണ് അടിപൊളി മൈൻഡുമാണ് എടാ ബോബി ഇത്രയും കാണിക്കലറിയാ എന്തിനാണ്
ബോബി ആൻഡ് ബേബി വെഡിങ് കാർഡിലൊക്കെ അടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഡ്രസ് റെഡിയാവാൻ യേശു നമുക്കറിയാത്ത ആളൊന്നുമല്ലല്ലോ
എവിടെ വർക്ക് പാർട്ണർഷിപ്പ് ഒരു തേപ്പടിയുണ്ട്
ഇച്ചിരി ഫ്രീക്കനാണ് ഇച്ചിരി മണ്ടനാണ് പക്ഷെ രണ്ട് ഡാർക്ക് കൊടുത്താൽ മാറുന്നില്ല നടപടിയാണ് കേസല്ല ബേബി മോളെ ഈ ട്രൂ ലവ് ഒക്കെ ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് ഫാഷൻ ആണ്
തന്റെ ഉള്ള ജീവനം കൊണ്ട് ഓടി രക്ഷപ്പെട്ടു
You don't have to go. He's my guest. Do not yell at me. How dare you?
You say okay. Yeah, go. നല്ല കുടുംബങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒരു സംസ്കാരമുണ്ട് നമ്മൾ കാത്തു സൂക്ഷിക്കണ്ടേ നമ്മുടെ ഈ വീടൊക്കെ ഒന്ന് തേച്ചൊന്ന് വാതിലൊടിച്ചാൽ തീരാവുന്ന കാര്യമുള്ളൂ എന്ത് ട്രാക്കാല് എടുത്ത് മാറ്റാൻ പറടാ ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തെ ട്രാക്ക് മാറ്റി
ഓരോ ടൈപ്പ് മനുഷ്യന്മാരല്ലേ നമ്മളെ.
Wow, that looked really good.
Yeah.
Looks
Beautifully
really
shot.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
love how
that the
they're
kids
yelling.
grown up?
I have no idea.
It's like you see the kids as kids and then you see them grown up.
Seems like it.
Same,
I think
same
so.
group.
Like kind of the misfit who continued to be the misfit, and then
Right.
girls find it very cute, but he doesn't know what to do with girls, and he's not very
Right.
nice.
It's cute when you're little.
He's very cute, but he's not very nice. So I like too where they have the scene where he says okay in the U.S., but not in like yelling at each other.
Right.
He's right about that.
It's nice to have a trailer that's just lets the some scenes sort of breathe a little bit, so you're getting the characters, and also the setting is very you just want to be invited into that setting, which is so welcoming, so it just feels like a movie you want to sort of get into. It's very sweet.
There is a certain style to filmmaking that I think is probably, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say it's one of the most difficult styles or techniques of filmmaking, and that is to sort of reveal the romance and poetry of everyday life.
Yes.
The things that happen to everyone, and to portray them in a film in a way that shows you the beauty in those little moments or those little details.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I think that's a difficult thing to do in a film. I mean, it's difficult to do it in writing. And the people who do it really well, I think, end up being the ones that we remember the most. It's like those books that you remember a certain scene. A lot of times it's not, the guy jumping off a skyscraper and grabbing onto a plane. And, it's not those big action scenes. It's those observations of everyday life, those moments that we remember about our own lives or whatever. And I love that we can see this and we can see that in there, even though it's a culture that's very different to how we grew up.
Yeah.
In a way, in more ways, it's not very different than how we grew up.
Well,
that's why I love that opening scene didn't seem scripted. Like the opening scene, that's why I love too. You can film it and it feels like you're just seeing a moment, but you don't see the acting. You don't see lines being said. Like it really felt like the camera just happened to be on these kids when these guys rolled up and they were like, "What's going on?" Oh yeah,
I think that's hard to
so
do.
well done, and it's very Malayalam thing to do. Like I think that's why I really like their films. Is they feel a little more real, a little more grounded, and I love the rural countryside in a lot of the films. And there's just something really like you feel like you're really getting an insight into people when you see films like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like French New Wave. I think of Jean-Luc Godard films. They don't look like, it almost looks like the camera's there and stuff is happening and it's not written. So it has that vibe to it. And I just love that because it's very relatable because you're in situations like that every day in your life. Somehow they're capturing that on film, and that is very difficult to do, as Burk said.
Yeah.
And we kind of forget too how beautiful it is sometimes when we, it's like all of, I mean, I try to be, grateful and appreciative of the things, the details, but every once in a while you have to focus and you have to pull yourself away from the stress of work and the bigger issues of life or whatever, and concentrate on your friendships and on somebody that has a quirk or some weirdness shouldn't be annoying or whatever. It's
Are we talking about Mark right now? I don't
know. You're both looking at me.
Even the most extremely annoying people, no, you know what I mean? Like those things about people that films like this kind of reveal those things, and they kind of point out, like, you know what, it's not so bad to be a weirdo or an outcast or
it kind of gets inside
or a freak, as she says.
He's a freak, but he's nice. And you get kind of inside their experience. You kind of get an idea of maybe why they react the way they do or not. And this is the first film directed by this Madhu Narayanan. And it was also produced by Fahadh Faasil, the actor on the motorcycle. So he's acting, producing, writing, so that says a lot for I love the way that sometimes the industries that envelop, like the actors aren't just actors, they're dancers,
Yeah,
They
he
are
probably did his own
producers,
motorcycle
writers.
stunts too. Huh?
I mean, it was a
But,
box office hit. You know, this was obviously
Yeah.
caught the attention of the theater goers. So it has something to offer, and you can tell from the trailer that
Oh.
it's something you would totally get into in one of those films,
Yeah.
like The
Yeah.
Lunchbox and other things that you just sort of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you forget that you're watching a movie and you're just enveloped with these
Yeah.
characters. That's always time goes by fast when you watch movies like that.
And you
Yeah, yeah.
forget that, speaking as an American, you forget that you're watching an Indian film.
That's right.
You're watching a film about people. It's a it crosses cultures like music. When you see stories of human behavior, human nature, it's like, wow, we're so much alike.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sometimes,
absolutely.
I lean to horror and spectacle and it's
Right.
nice sometimes because you sort of forget like how good just these really solid family dramas can be. Because I
Right.
usually don't lean toward those, but this just looks so good. And I'm gonna take a quick look at posters. and
Cool.
see how they sold this movie. All right, let's see. So this was kind of the weird poster. I pulled this one first. It does not look like the film at all. It looks like
It looks like a
weird
paperback book cover.
like a
Mm.
paperback book cover, and it also looks like they're kidnapping someone. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just but it's just got that sort of Magic Mike look to it. I don't know.
The colors, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah, the pink and the purple.
It
But this
almost the
seems
pink
like
and the purple though makes me
Yeah.
think of a police car, sort
Yeah,
of
it kinda does.
like they're escaping from the police or something.
This seems like it was sort of a limited poster, but I saw through it. So this seems like this is the poster.
Yeah.
This feels like the film. It's a family drama. You see
Right.
all the characters get in there, and it looks like it was probably a special shoot because everyone's at camera and they're posing.
Right.
Right.
This just looks like, hey, we're all friendly, we're all happy. Come on in.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, everyone's got to do the Abbey Road. even in India, they are not above doing a parody of the Abbey Road.
Right.
We get this request a lot, and we do this a lot in
Right.
American advertising also. But yeah, I'm sort of like, yeah, this is kind of unusual because it is for an Indian film, but I try to avoid doing this. But that was
Nobody's barefoot though.
That's right.
I
No one
know
can
they
die.
missed that opportunity to have the
Oh,
barefoot
damn
one.
it. But so that's the marketing, which it looks like a drama. And I think the two last posters have the little wink that makes you see that it's got some comedy elements, but the first one does not. But yeah, there you go. But I thought the trailer looked really good. I'm definitely gonna take a look at this.
Nice. I was
All
looking
right.
up the picture that I have of my wife and I walking across Abbey Road, but I can't find it. But
Oh,
maybe the next time we show a poster that has the Abbey Road
you'll
thing,
have it ready.
I'll have it ready.
It's
All right, so
available on
solid.
Prime Video. It's available on Prime Video,
Oh.
YouTube, Apple TV, and Google Play. So a lot of options.
You got no excuse, people. You gotta watch it.
That's right.
All right.
It looks good. I'm gonna watch this one.
It does
Me
look good.
too. Me too.
It convinced me. Yeah, it looks
Thanks.
good.
Thanks for the
All right.
recommendation, Ken. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As always, solid stuff. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
ya.